Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Cameron. Albert, we're getting to the time of year the leaves are falling and a little darker early out, and rankings in football all of a sudden mean something.
They all go together. And right now in Ohio, you know how important those computer rankings are, and every week the coach will check on it. That's why you play a good schedule. That's why you hope the teams you play win. You're hoping that they keep winning. And in around here, we have our first rankings, and we'll tell you about the Division II, Region 5. Austin Fitch came in at number 4 in Region 3. Division 3 in Region 9. Canfield, number 2. Ursuline, number 3. And Cheney, number 4. I know as soon as I saw that, I saw Ursuline play. They have 2 losses, but once again, Farrell's undefeated, and the other team they play was really good. So, that's why it's important to play a good schedule in Ohio.
Well, you can tell by the numbers that they have, because with 2 losses, they have more points than Cheney with 1 loss.
Yes, how about that, George?
Absolutely. It's a who beats like.
Yeah. Division 4, Region 13, West Branch at number 1. Yes, 7-1. Girard, number 2 at 6-2, and Poland at number 5 at 5-3. In Division 5, in Region 17, South Range, the powerhouse in our area, comes in at number 1 at 8-0. Hopefully they'll continue this surge. Division 6, Region 21, Valley Christian out of Youngstown, really having a tremendous year. They're coming in at number 3. And in Division 7, Region 25, the Warren JFK was always in there at number 1. And surprisingly, and I'm really excited for this one, Lowellville coming in at number 3, rooting hard, super hard for Lowellville. Warren JFK will always be around, but these little community schools, George.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
Good way to say it.
Yeah.
Couldn't say any better than that.
Yeah.
Big deal.
And when you graduate a handful, you
yes.
can only be so good so many times.
Yes.
That's the other thing. That's where the privates have the huge advantage.
Oh, no.
The smaller the schools, especially because they only have a handful to pick from, and the chances of those kids being that good every year are very, very slim.
Yeah, I've went to 3 games with schools the size of Lowellville, and in all 3 games, 2 players were playing in the band. That's all you got to know. They're marching in their football uniform.
My first time out here. Now, I never saw that. You
got a youth school.
We had 1,100 in a class,
yes.
right? And I remember
that's 10 graduate. No, that's 12 graduating classes in these places.
Yeah, and I remember I was out here, and I forget what the circumstance were. I look, and there's this dude marching at halftime in a football, and I'm like, I thought,
flabbergasted.
What is this? Then I go to Butler. We had 400 in the band, and then they ran around like ants, like at a picnic, like following those kids around, picking up their.
Yes.
But now, it's normal. They only have a couple hundred or whatever. But when you look at these schools, like the other day, I was see some homecoming court. They had the court. Mm-hmm. There's this dude in a uniform, and I just wasn't used to it.
No, and no one, unless you are part of that community, recognize how tremendous that is. That young man playing down there is giving his all to the school, playing football and playing the tuba. I mean,
and we have a buddy in Lowellville that listens to our show, our radio show. He actually drives the car somewhere where the reception.
Awesome.
God bless you, my man. We love you, believe me. And he drives the car and listens to.
That's why we can get us.
Yeah, and he had said that this team was coming. There's a good pass receiver group there coming, but like you say, invariably we want to be wrong, but they're going to run into some powerful private from Cincinnati or wherever.
It happens every year.
Yeah, there's nothing you can. In Pennsylvania, same way.
Yeah. We also have some golf news. The Warren JFK and Cardinal Mooney are both going to the state tournament. The Eagles were second, the Cardinals third in the division. Congratulations to Warren JFK and Cardinal Mooney for those honors. We also have soccer teams that are being rated right now. That is awesome. In Division 2, Howland's number 5 and Poland's number 14. In Division 3, Mooney number 2 and United number 12, Badger number 15. In the girls' Division 2, West Branch comes in at number 10. And the girls division number 3, Poland comes in at 7 and Lakeview at 15. These sports are all valuable to the grandparents and parents, George, around. You know, you do a lot of volleyball.
I love it.
And that sport is the fastest growing. That and golf are the 2 fastest growing sports in high school sports. And you can see why, because the volleyball action packed and really skillful. No question about it. And going to volleyball now, we discussed that. In Division 1, Austintown Fitch comes in. And also Girard cracks the top 20 in Division 2. Division 3 has many teams, including Lakeview and Mineral Ridge, and rounding out the rankings is Wellsville. The Tigers have rounded off 18 straight.
18
wins.
straight after losing their first. You wonder the circumstance.
Hopefully
Somebody could have,
injured and came back.
vacay even
Yes.
back in before school started.
Yes.
But very impressive, and you know what a game that is. That fast action, and these kids can move. I mean, they're digging balls out that I'm juking, doing it on television, and they're digging them out like with no issue.
And I've done a lot of soccer games, and those soccer teams that are doing well, you have to be in shape.
Oh yeah.
You're running the whole time, and especially the midfield runners. And congratulations to those soccer teams as well. Turning back to football, we have a college team that is on the cusp of being good. As George said, they're good, but not good enough. And that's Youngstown State. Lost to North Dakota 35-30 last week. We have a gentleman that calls our show, and Penguin Joe, and he told us that Mitch Davison was going to get the start, and he was ready. I like when you get your opportunity, George, and you're ready. He goes 21 for 32 for 280 yards. That's going to help them with their running game. So their offense is already in good hands. Scoring 30 points against North Dakota, that is tremendous. But they had the lead, and their defense couldn't hold up. If there's one thing I would hope Coach Phillips and the crew down there get in getting ready is the defense in crucial times. Not for all games. They do fine. But can they get off the field, George, when it means something?
And then a block punt for a tutty, you can't
happen.
Can't make that up.
Can't
and we've talked about the league before with all those nationally ranked teams. And we know they have a good team. Youngstown has a good team. But
it's not good enough.
Not in that league.
No.
No, you don't.
No.
You don't mean to be.
And that's why you have to win the games at home to make the playoffs. And they can make the playoffs. Now, probably not after losing North Dakota. But if they beat North Dakota at home, that goes high on the panel that picks the. They're saying, wow, they just beat a powerhouse in North Dakota at home. A loss is a loss. I don't care how close it is. You have to win. So YSU drops to 2-3 overall and 0-2 in the Missouri Valley.
I always use Jay Billis's line on that. I'm not a big fan, but I am in this case when all these guys are throwing around their schedules. They all start crying at 5 after 6. And he would say, don't tell me who you played. Tell me who you beat.
Ain't that the truth?
You beat North Dakota State.
Oh, yeah.
Now my ear's propping up.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No question about it. Yeah. So they lose to North Dakota State. They lose to North Dakota. It doesn't get easier. That's the part, George. It continues to a grind.
Oh, that North Dakota, I watched. They were winning at Nebraska in the fourth.
Yes, they were.
I saw that game.
They
That's
were.
all I need to know. I don't need to know anything else. I know how good they are.
Yes.
And I'm watching this James Madison go from 1A to 1.
And dominate.
Not even a transfer. They're in first place.
They're number 25.
I know.
Ranked 25 in the country. Think of that.
Now,
Yep.
let's talk about the big boys. I got some thoughts. First of all, I think you would agree if you put the body of work out there. Let's say you and I will agree on this. We have the top 3 and then a little lull.
Yeah.
We have the big boys, Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama.
Yeah, that's never
we
good.
have a slight, not big, to Michigan and Clemson. We agree on that. Okay, let's talk about that.
I think the whole country agrees on
Okay,
that.
that's
I don't think
okay.
usually we're a little off schedule with regards to that.
Yeah.
We don't care what
Let's
they
talk
do,
those.
but it's true this year.
Yeah, and
It's true.
first of all, if you put the performance out there, other than Notre Dame, which they were sluggish, especially in the early, Ohio State's been the best team.
Yeah, I
Agree?
Not as solid as you, because I thought Notre Dame took that, and their schedule was so weak. so pathetic.
See, I don't know how good Notre Dame is. I can't tell. I know the loss to Marshall sure didn't say.
Yeah, that's why I can't
Yeah,
say
they've been
clear
better
cut.
since. But let's take that apart.
Offensively now.
Yeah.
They are.
Now,
geez.
Bama. And here's the other thing. I wanted to talk about this today because I hear people saying, "Oh, they just got out of Texas." Yes, they did. They just got out the other day with a backup quarterback. Yes, they did. But the key thing to me is they won it.
Oh yeah, some teams could not win with their backup.
That's what I'm saying.
They couldn't win with their
That's
backup
what I'm
quarterback.
saying.
Yeah, you take any quarterback off probably 90% of the teams in college.
Yeah.
And you have to play your second
Take
team.
that DTR off of UCLA.
Yeah, exactly. They all of a sudden they're not the same team, and it isn't like Texas isn't any good.
No, we saw that the other day.
Yeah.
That running back to me, man, he's going early.
Yes, and it's not like A&M doesn't have talent. I mean,
No.
They have talent. So they beat some good teams without their best.
So we have
those are
that
the 3 best
agreed
teams.
on the
Yeah,
top 3.
yeah, I do.
Okay, now let's talk Michigan. They have a big game this week. They have a stepping out game. When you play Hawaii and Colorado State and all that garbage, Maryland gave them a ball game. This is a big game with Penn State, but history tells me the home team will win that game.
Yeah, in the past, and Michigan is favored. They're favored by a touchdown, so they're saying they're supposed to win. These are 2 teams I don't know a lot about. How about that? We're in week 5 or 6, whatever it is, and I'm not sure with their schedule what kind of teams they are. We're going to find out this week.
Yeah, because right now, if you told me how good's Auburn, I couldn't answer you.
I think they stink.
You know, it doesn't appear. I mean, early you thought that was a big deal.
Right.
Now you're looking and you're thinking, you know what? Not so much.
Because they said Georgia played poorly last week, and they still trounced Auburn.
Yeah. Now the week before, Auburn should have beaten LSU.
And then we saw how good LSU was against Tennessee.
Yeah. Now Clemson, that's the team. It appears the big boys, Ugalele's finally getting better. And if he's better, now we got something to deal with because we know what their defense is like, right?
Yeah, this is the team that does depend on their defense. And Dabo has always done that. He found out when he watched Alabama play, he said, listen, I'm going to put my best players on the defensive side of the ball, and then I'll find somebody on offense. And he's recruited tremendously. But they are. George, you're right. They're really good defensively.
Now, Ohio State, we know the firepower. You'd be ignorant. If you don't know that firepower, then you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen. I always kid you about Noah's Ark, 2 of everything. Like we know how good Fleming is.
Right.
He's just another receiver. And I don't mean to be, I'm not being disrespectful.
No, it's just the truth. And their best receiver's out.
Yeah, he's riding a bike on
Yes.
The close games. Now, Georgia goes to Mizzou but gets a win. That has to matter.
And I know it's going to happen to every team. And it already has. Ohio State struggled with Notre Dame. Georgia struggled with Missouri. Alabama struggled twice. It's as George said, can you get out with a victory? And all 3 of them have.
Yeah, that's a big thing. That's now there's a big game. This is a history game, second Saturday or the third or whatever it is with Tennessee, Alabama. Bottom line is, if Alabama doesn't have their quarterback, in my mind, they're going down.
Yeah, they could definitely go down. Yeah, because that's how good Tennessee is.
Could they win without him? I say no.
Win without them. Probably not.
Okay.
But it's Alabama.
Yeah, we don't want to say that.
You never say no with Alabama. But Tennessee, I would think Tennessee would be favored the second. They won't be favored on Vegas. But I think Tennessee could beat them without their first-string quarterback.
I agree. I agree. Now, let's look at these big games this week. You know, the local teams in particular. We talk Ohio State, obviously, every time. The Michigan running game, is that what Penn State has to do?
Well, Penn State's so strong defensively on the line of scrimmage, so
Okay.
Michigan's going to have to pass the ball. Yeah, if Michigan thinks they're going to just go run them down the field on Penn State, I'll be shocked if they do that. That's Penn State's
And Joey
strength.
Porter's taking one of the receivers out.
Yeah, Penn State's
I don't know
tremendous.
a lot, but I know one thing.
he's a pro.
He's taking one of the
Yeah, he's a
receivers
pro,
out. I mean, I don't care what they say. I've watched that
Yeah, he's a pro.
young man play. Now, let's talk about this. This is strange. Matt, I'm going to put you you're ahead of the Pac-12. You got 2 teams in the nationally rankings. They could be headed for a Thanksgiving Day Palooza. They're leaving.
Yeah, so that's why they're. This is a crazy landscape.
Is the Big Ten, you think they're excited about that?
It's a crazy
They're
landscape.
benefiting.
Oh, yeah, they knew. They didn't know how good they were going to be, but they knew what they were getting. They're jumping in L.A. and according to what we're listening to, and people behind the scenes say it's not long. Oregon, Washington.
I just heard that again yesterday. I just heard
are
it.
going to be in the Big Ten too. So the Pac-12 is going to be.
That's going to be
it's falling apart.
That's going to be a 20.
It's money driven.
Did you know this?
Money driven.
So much stuff happens that sometimes I don't say I got blindsided, but I may have slipped my mind. The Pac this year is back to top 2. It's not divisions.
Yeah, well, ACC does that as well. Some of those teams.
Next year, ACC's doing it. Big 12 does it already.
Yeah, that's it.
Top
Yes,
2
that's
teams
it.
because they play everybody.
Right.
Now, the biggest embarrassment of the week, we have to take both our hats off. And then maybe again for Oklahoma to do that in a Red River rivalry. Harder to say than it was for them to play. They got that's embarrassing. Now, I don't care if Oklahoma throws out young Stoops the third. They shouldn't get beaten like that.
Yeah, both sides of the ball. How about
What is
that?
going on there?
They don't score. Well, the quarterback was out. And I said, when the quarterback's out, I don't care where you're at.
That's Dylan Gabriel, and I think he's yet to be intercepted.
Yeah, when he's out, the offense becomes non-existent, and their defense has been poor already.
Yeah.
So
they thought Venables would make a difference. Remember, he's a defensive guy.
he is. He is a
Clemson.
really good coach. Once again, you got to have the players, and Riley never recruited defensive guys.
Doesn't appear to.
No, he recruited offensive guys.
Doesn't appear. Here's my. I'm watching these games, and all I can think of is what happens to Ewers when Manning gets there.
He's going to the bench. That's
Portal.
what's happening.
Portal.
Yeah,
he won't sit there.
He'll be portaled twice already. Jeez.
Yeah.
He'll go again.
He reclassified,
He'll go
didn't
again. He'll be going again.
he? The Southern Cal game at Utah. Give me a little synopsis.
I really like Utah in that game. Yeah, Utah
Me
at
too.
home.
You know I do.
Yeah, Utah at home.
You know I do. I've liked them when they weren't that good at home.
Yes. Yeah, I'll take Utah at home almost any time there's a big game. They play really up their level, and they seem to really step up in these kind of games.
I heard someone else say that.
Oh, did really?
Yeah, I did.
Hear
Same
that.
exact
Okay.
words. The 12-team playoff, what they're hoping for. Now, remember, they're like throwing a piece of meat out there, a little nibble. They're hoping that it'll settle some of the crazy movement down. That if they can convince these people, well, you're getting 12 in there.
I think it will too. I do believe, but until that time, though, money rules, and that's the part they don't understand. That behind the scenes, the ADs or trustees, whoever's in charge, they're telling, getting that new league, we get a chance to get millions.
And we've talked about this before. We don't like it. You don't like it. I don't like it. But the rich are getting richer.
Yeah, they are. Oh,
that's all that matters.
for
Now,
sure.
let's talk NFL, because if I would have said to you back 5-6 weeks ago, there's only going to be one undefeated team, you'd have said, yeah, Tampa, Kansas City, I don't know. I don't know if the Eagles would have come to mind.
No, they wouldn't have.
No, but they're sitting
Buffalo
right
was my
here.
first
Buffalo
thought.
would have been your first pick.
thought, yes. And
they're playing Kansas City. You talk about a murderous beginning. But let's talk about the Eagles a little bit. They had a tough one last week. It shows you how they like the word parity, and it's there. I mean, that game last week, I watched it. That could have easily gone now. They had a nice lead.
No, he missed 2 field goals. It's so crazy
No, I got to ask
that
you.
you have to have a kicker, and
If you don't.
because so many NFL games, and if
Right.
you follow, and I know you fans follow it.
Yeah.
At 3:55 on Sunday afternoon,
Yeah.
there's 5 out of the 9 games that are within a touchdown.
Yeah.
And so the field goal, the kicker means a lot. When you have one like Baltimore does and Pittsburgh does, you take it for granted.
That's what a guy said the other day. He said the referees are much like the long snappers. You only hear about them when they do something wrong.
True.
They had a bad week last week. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Dallas and the Eagles will be a test, because now, if you're Dallas, I know this is going to sound strange, but I have to ask you. You got a kid that's never lost.
Yeah, but they're paying him, the other guy.
So it all comes down to the
It's a
dollar.
money thing. You can't sit him. He's playing. I bet you I would think they probably had 17 meetings with him and said, watch how this kid's playing.
He's not making
This
any
is all we
mistake.
want you to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to win the game.
We're going to sick the
Our
defense
is
on the
that good.
quarterback.
Yeah, Parsons is the
No.
has taken over for Watt and Darnold. When I watch, the most disruptive player on the field
Absolutely.
is Parsons. He's unblockable. He can run by you.
I hate to say
and
this
run over
name.
to
I'm
you.
going to say this name, and then you can tell me to be quiet. Lawrence Taylor.
He looks like him. He plays like him. He does.
He's in there every time.
No, he plays. No, you can't block him. That's what I said. And I'll tell you, Dallas has done a great job putting him all over the place. They
Oh,
move,
that's just smart.
They move him.
That's just smart.
So
Why would you let him know where he
So
was?
you can't find the double team. They have to really concentrate. Where's he at?
Good point.
How you get the double team on him?
Now,
Yes.
the Washington coach, I know he's been around too long to make this mistake. He's been around. He's a player, coach, coach again. They say, Coach, what's wrong with your team? The quarterback. Now,
He's really lucky Wentz is such a nice guy.
what was he thinking?
Yeah, he's lucky Wentz.
Then he
is a
said
nice
he
guy.
was missed something, but he wasn't.
And I watched it. See, you watched him. There is no chance. Washington's offensive line is only second worst to Pittsburgh's. I mean, Washington's offensive line is totally non-existent. I'll put Mahomes out there. They'll say, "What happened to Mahomes? What happened to Allen?" There's no
When
chance.
he's taking one step and he's
Oh
getting
no, he's
smacked.
done. He's getting killed.
First guy fired rule, we weren't surprised.
Yeah, I hate that too because he's a good coach, but you have to be different in the NFL. You know, it's just and once again, no quarterback, no chance to win, and that happens.
I hear that Mayfield's out a couple of weeks with
is.
a high ankle sprain.
They're happy he's out.
Yeah, deep down. He's.
Yeah, I thought he was good before.
So did I.
He's really
Yeah, we missed
maybe
it.
he's looking at the defense or something. I don't know. Maybe he's gun shy, but he's not the same player he was.
Now, is it? Let me ask you. In my mind, 4 weeks is too quick.
Oh, for sure. No chance. That's your job. They give you a job for a year to try to win games. You keep it. You keep that job unless they have some, but they don't. They don't have anybody in mind, so it's not like college.
No. They
There's
have
no
a list
reason.
in the drawer.
No reason.
And
to
now
do
the
that.
other guy I want to talk about, McDaniel at Las Vegas. He had that chance
How many
at
close
Denver.
games they've had? Jeez.
1-4. He could be 4-1, and you'd be saying,
easily.
you know what, that Vegas
They've
is
lost
tough.
games right down to the wire. They had that one game, won the whole game.
No, the whole game.
Yes, and
The whole game.
yeah, but it's not. It's the players' game. It's not McDaniel's. Not guys have to make plays and
Now, is he headed out quickly?
no, they're
They're going to give him more
Yeah, they'll
time?
keep him, yeah.
Okay, now you know I have to ask about the Denver coach.
Well, he's overwhelming bad. But I'll tell you what, no one expected Wilson to be this bad.
He's got a pec issue.
No, he's done. I mean, Wilson's done. I'll tell you. I'll say it on the show right now, he is done, and he's not. He's a bottom 7 quarterback in the league right now. Denver has to win 12. Oh, no,
You think his pec is torn now? It appears.
Probably is, but he's also he's looking at the defense. He's doing all the things that Seattle. Why Seattle got rid of him?
Okay.
Seattle got rid of him. They saw the deterioration in his game.
All right.
Like Geno Smith is 50 times better than him.
He's
right
got
now.
those 2 studs to
50
throw
times
to, too.
better. But
You
Denver
know?
has good players. See, that's the thing.
They
have
should have.
Jury,
Yeah.
Sutton.
You can't tell.
tight end.
You watch them play, you don't see anything.
I mean, he just throws the ball late. He throws the ball to
No.
the ground.
No.
No. I really think he's done.
No, if he's not done,
But they
he
pay
better.
him a lot of money, too, by the way.
Oh, boy.
So he can't admit it.
And the other thing, too, we have to talk about this. Local. God bless America. Could you lose more close games than the Browns? My goodness. Again the other day, I'm thinking they got this one.
Yes, they are the ultimate non-playmakers. You know, they can make them in the first quarter, but in the fourth quarter, something goes wrong all the time. Defense doesn't step up.
Or a kick.
Or how about the kicker?
Yeah, I mean, come
Once
on.
again.
Come on, buddy.
Once again,
Yeah.
you take it for granted until you need that field goal. And they drafted him in the 4th round, so they thought he'd be really good.
Yeah.
And York has not stepped up.
Yeah. How about the Steelers getting crushed like that by the Bills?
Not surprising at all.
You thought it would be?
I just think they're one of the top 5 worst teams in the league. I really do. I think I've said it from the beginning. I said I thought they'd be under their toes.
And then missing Watt,
oh, no,
it's
no chance.
incalculable.
No chance. What are they, 0 for?
Oh,
They've
for
never won.
9.
They've
Oh,
never
for
won
9.
when he doesn't play.
Yeah, not
no
just
chance.
this year, by the
Right,
way.
uh-huh.
No. Now, seems what's going on. They've already ruled 2 out for next week.
Oh,
No, I don't know what
this
this
is-
concussion thing was, but is it an overreaction
No,
at this point?
They have.
They've overreacted.
Yeah, they have. They knew they were on.
Somebody got their head on a platter for,
yes,
which we
yes.
knew was coming. I heard a story, though. I told you about that. I heard a story a couple of weeks ago. A guy said they were talking to one of the surgeons, and he said, oh, my concussion guy does that. He said, well, what? He said, well, what's the big deal? He said, well, here's the big deal. I get a call, and he says, Witten wants to play, and he's going to kill me.
Wow.
We never would even
Behind
think.
the scenes going on.
Yeah, in other words, he said he wants to play, and he wants to play now.
Right.
What do you do?
I know you're stuck in this bad situation because those are big men.
I don't want them grabbing a hold of me.
But I have to take my pledge of my job and say, I can't let you play.
No, you're
my
a danger to yourself.
Yeah, my job says you got.
Don't they hide their helmet? Isn't that what they do?
Yes.
The Thursday game this week, Dudorama.
You know, though,
Washington and the Bears. It might be a good game. Could be 12-10.
And the reason being, there's gambling and fantasy.
Yeah.
You understand, George?
Someone's going to have the over in the passing
I
yard.
guarantee you somebody's going to have bet this game.
Yeah.
You're looking at 2 of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're going to turn that game off like
I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
Oh, that's
so
why.
I don't watch
That's why it's a dud.
I don't watch it.
Wait a minute. Don't listen to George say it's a dud.
No, it's a dud according to what they've given
I know
them.
that, but
the other 3 weeks were terrific.
But I've watched you. But I know you stay up to watch Hawaii.
I'll watch
and
Hawaii
San
and
Jose.
Las Vegas. Yeah. Oh no question. But when you can't watch it and they give them a game like that,
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, don't forget the game that was lousy on paper. Denver and the Colts should have been a decent game.
Yeah,
we
that's
had
why you
no
can't say
idea.
that. Yes.
Hey, Major League Baseball playoffs.
Awesome. That's my
No more
favorite
one
time.
game.
Favorite time.
You like no one game too, though.
Oh,
You
yeah,
said that, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I want to see.
Now, we've talked about this. I've been around a long time. I've seen St. Louis get hot 86 and 76. Is that Philly?
I don't know. We're going to find out. They're playing so good right now. They come out of the gate, and one hitting and one pitching. They've won both ways. I said on this show, go back to the show, I thought.
How tough does that make it?
I picked them to be in the World Series.
How tough does that make it when they can win both ways?
Yeah, that's what they are. But they're playing teams that can do that too.
Okay, let me ask. The first day, 3 overs mean anything?
Oh yeah, it means
over
a lot.
7.5 runs. People.
Well, there's a reason. The best pitchers weren't pitching in the game.
Okay.
One side had the best pitcher.
Okay.
But the other ones had to pitch.
But Verlander got knocked out in 2 innings.
Yeah, they had to pitch. He's the time. But the other games, there was a third and fourth pitchers pitching. They had pitched in the series before that. The wild cards and the Clevengers.
Now, do you like 3 out of 5 in the first round, or if you're going to go 7, go 7?
I like 3 out of 5.
It's enough.
Yeah, it's enough for me.
That's what I was asking.
If not, you're going to play till.
Well, they're playing in November.
December.
No,
They're
they're playing in November anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered that because I looked the other day and I thought, this November business, like, for example, taking Wednesday off after playing Tuesday.
Don't take Wednesday.
Why?
Yeah, don't take it off.
Why? If anything, those teams that had to scramble to get in should have a disadvantage.
Yes, that's what I want.
The NBA starts next week. God bless America. Does anybody in America care?
My grandsons.
Do they really?
Oh.
NHL started this week.
And people all over America who are niche fans,
Yeah.
they're so excited. Well, Matt, our producer over there, he's more excited about the Penguins playing than anybody else.
Yeah, he's out. He likes that. Now he's one of those young guy sports fans, MMA and
he's a different sport.
In hockey.
Yes,
He's not. Hey, miscellaneous. Minute or so left. Tennessee. I hate to ask this question. Their cornerback was arrested over the weekend. Will he play Saturday?
How good is he?
That's the answer, isn't it?
Yeah.
No,
that's why I asked that.
No, that is the answer.
No, if he's a vital player, he'll play. If he's not, he'll sit. That's the MO of college
You hate
football.
to say it's terrible.
True.
Too many targeting in the college. We've agreed. They're looking at too much.
Change the rules somehow.
Yeah, we're not
flagrant
sure.
one or flagrant 2 or something.
Okay.
But
Last thing. This is a big deal. A guy like Matt Rule, he washes out. Does that hurt the next college guy?
No. Because Saban right now.
Saban. No, he's different. He's different.
Dabo.
Yeah.
The big timers will get a job in a second.
So you don't think that will hurt them in any way coming from a college?
No.
I would agree.
The big timers. Now they're little timers, yes.
Yes. Look what happened.
Yes.
I get it. Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.